It's paratha day and I'm making some spinach parathas today. So to make the dough, we add some salt and some cumin seeds, which is jeera, or carom seeds, which is ajwain, to the flour and mix that in. Then for our liquid, we blend up some thawed frozen spinach with some water. You can also use fresh spinach. Make sure to blanch it and then blend it with the water to make a puree. We add that puree to the flour, mix that in, add a little bit more water if needed, and knead it into a dough. Now when you mix that puree in, the mixture will look pretty dry. You don't want to add too much water to this mixture because the spinach puree is thick and it is holding a lot of moisture. So press and mix that puree into the flour for about half a minute or so, and then oil your hands and get your hands in there to bring that dough together. If the dough is just really dry, then add in more water, a tablespoon at a time. But if the dough is sticking to each other, don't add more water. Just press the dough in until it is cohesive. Then you can knead it for about a minute or so, even it out, brush with a little oil. Cover the dough with a kitchen towel and let that sit for about half an hour for the flour to rehydrate with the moisture. And if you're using the Indian whole wheat flour, that is atta, the dough will kind of become more smooth as it sits. So you want to rest the dough for at least half an hour. If you're planning to fill these parathas, then prepare the filling at this time. I just pressed some tofu, crumbled it into a bowl, added in some spices like garam masala, ground coriander, some cayenne, some fenugreek leaves and salt and garlic powder, and mixed that in. Now if your tofu is a bit wet, add a little bit of flour to it. And that's your filling. Now let's get back to rolling our parathas. Oil your hands again and knead the dough again for about 15 seconds or so and divide it into equal portions. And roll each of those balls until they're smooth and then set them aside. Flour your surface and the ball. First press the ball down with your hands and then start rolling it. Keep rolling it out until you get a flatbread that is even and it's not too thick. If you're not stuffing it with anything or not making a lacha paratha, you can leave this flatbread as is. If you're stuffing it, add the stuffing to the paratha and then seal it up like a dumpling. Just bring all the edges together by folding it from one end to the other and then seal it in the middle and twist it to seal entirely and remove that extra dough from the top. You can use that dough in the next paratha. Then sprinkle some flour and press that stuffed dough down a little bit. Keep pressing it with your hand lightly to spread it a little bit. If you start rolling it out too soon, then the dough might tend to tear. You want to use your hands first to spread the dough a little bit and then use your rolling pin to roll it out. Keep rolling it with a light hand. It takes a few seconds before the flatbread starts to thin out. Once it starts to thin out, you can keep rolling it with your light hand until it is thin to preference. Then keep that on the side and repeat for the rest of the dough. If you're making a lacha paratha, roll out one of the dough balls until it is about 6 inches or so. Then spread a layer of oil on the flatbread. Then fold the entire flatbread up like an accordion. And then roll like a cinnamon roll. Seal it on the side. Press with your hand, add a little bit of flour, and then roll this out into a flatbread. This will add these nice flaky layers into your paratha and make a really flaky paratha. We're gonna cook this about 15 to 30 seconds and then flip it. Depends on the temperature of your skillet. You wanna cook these over medium high because the longer the flatbreads are on the skillet, the harder they will become. So you want to cook them faster. It's already starting to bubble, so flip. Now you don't need to add too much oil to these, but that's how parathas are made, so I'm going to oil both the sides. Another tip is to use your spoon to spread the oil as well as press the paratha instead of using your spatula, because if you use your spatula, you put like a flat pressure, which means that the paratha can't bubble up and it won't get these nice brown spots. And your paratha is done. Store these flatbreads on a paper towel or a kitchen towel because all of the heat will cause condensation and water to build up, and you don't want them to sit on a plate with all of that water collecting at the bottom of the flatbread, making them soggy. A couple more tips on how to roll out those flatbreads. While rolling the flatbread, you want to add enough flour so that the dough is not sticking to the surface, but you don't want too much flour so that your flatbread just looks like it is covered. It has like layers and layers of flour on it. So just dust it with just about a little bit of flour and then spread it with your hand. And then while rolling it with a rolling pin, put a slight pressure on one of the sides of the rolling pin so that the flatbread keeps rotating while you are rolling it out. This is a technique that takes lots of practice. So even if the dough doesn't move, that is okay. You can use your hands to keep moving the dough while rolling it out. If you're using a more moist filling, flip the stuffed dough before rolling it out so that you are rolling on the side which does not have the sealed dough. This will allow you to see the amount of pressure you need while rolling out the flatbread, because if you put too much pressure, the filling will split the dough and you'll know that you're pressing too hard. It's 100% whole wheat flour that I'm using for these parathas. The whole wheat flour in the US has some parts of the wheat grain removed from the wheat and then it is made into a flour, while the Indian atta is made up of the whole grain is just ground up and then we use it. Since we're using a whole grain flour, there is a decent amount of protein in the dough. To increase the protein, add more protein to the filling, like a tofu filling, add some seeds as well to make it into a hearty breakfast. There are several things you can stuff in a paratha. The most popular ones are gobi paratha, which is a spiced cauliflower filling, aloo paratha, which is a spiced potato filling. Paneer is an Indian cheese and you make a stuffed cheese paratha, but for a vegan version you can use tofu instead. There are also variations in the way you make the dough. You can add some spices and vegetables into the dough itself. Like today we are adding a spinach puree into the dough to make the spinach paratha. You get these green colored flatbreads that are super easy and super delicious. If you don't like the green, you can make them into plain parathas by using just water to make the dough. You can change up the flavors and add more spices if you like. You can make them plain by just rolling them out like a roti, or you can make them into a lacha paratha, which is like a flaky paratha. Parathas are a fixture in many Indian households, especially North Indian households. They are a default breakfast or brunch because when they're freshly made, they're super delicious and hearty. It takes a bit of a practice to roll them out, but it doesn't matter what shape you roll them out in. Eventually you're going to tear them up and eat them, so it doesn't matter if they're round or not. Just make sure to roll them out so that they're not too uneven and you're good to go. Whether you're going on a flight, you're taking a road trip, you're going by train, there are always parathas. My mom would always pack us a ton of parathas to eat on the way. Usually the plain parathas, because they don't need refrigeration. They have a great shelf life at room temperature for up to 2 days, so they're great for traveling. You can serve these as a side with curries or dals for your lunch or dinner, making your meal even more hearty, comforting and satisfying. Parathas, when served as is, are usually served with some butter or yogurt or raita made with the yogurt and some Indian pickle. Indian pickles are these really tangy, spiced, pickled vegetables or fruit that are served as a condiment. They're just very different from anything that you would have eaten. It's kind of a mixture of regular pickles and spiced oil, but with like even more spices. There are many kinds of Indian pickles. So if you can get some Indian pickles, serve that on the side. If you want to make some raita, you can add in some chopped cucumber to the yogurt, add a sprinkle of cumin, cayenne, salt and cilantro, and that's your raita. And that is great with some parathas as well. I served these with this lesua pickle that my mother-in-law got for us recently. Lesua is kind of like, I think they're kind of like olives. I don't know what the English name is. If you know the English name for lesua, do let me know in the comments. If you try the spinach paratha, do let me know in the comments how you liked it. If you try any of my other parathas, do let me know as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more easy recipes, Indian recipes, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.